I'm so nervous, I don't know what to say. Okay, so what we've done here is we've taken the power of the technology of the mini pad and the iPad, the phone, the Android or whatever, and you can control the machine. So here you can see that the machine is hooked up. I'm just going to check that I have the power here, the laser. I'm going to turn the pump on. Now embossing works with heat, time, and pressure. Hey Jason, can you grab me a couple dies? I'm sorry. Behind the TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this piece of metal made. I'm going to take black and white artwork. I'm going to submit it to a die maker. Now there's several die makers throughout Canada and the United States that we recommend that are the best ones to use. Our company's 15 years old. We have relationships with them for that long. We don't make a commission off of it. If you send in one die, it's based on size. The average die when you send in one is like 35 to 45 bucks. In your case, it's in Scarborough, okay? And if you send in half a dozen dies and you nest them so it's organized, you have one setup and now the die goes down to $35, $45 or $25. So if you do a little line just like this, it's like negligible. You should always charge a minimum setup. Why? Because the paperwork, the discussion, the marketing, you have to recoup that. I don't want you to give that away. So that's what it takes. This is mounted with a super high-tech, high-technology way called heat tape. It's knocked off in a unique way called a hammer and a stick of wood. That's it. So we used to do it with magnets, but the magnets costed more than the die, these rare earth magnets. So we just put a piece of heat tape on and we put it on here and we pressure it and then it sticks on to where the heat is, okay? So this machine doesn't have the rotary work table and it only has a 5x5 inch work area. Why? Because 90% of the stuff, 85% of the stuff you're going to do is always going to be left chest, yoke, sleeve. So you have these jigs. These jigs enable you to manipulate the product. Now I picked something big like this because it's a pain to get out of the way. Or if you had a shirt, you just open it up, but you'll place it in here. There's a laser with a dot and a line. I put the die on crooked to prove a point that the laser helps you with registration. So in the case of this machine, you take a piece of tailor's wax, you lay out your shirt, you make your mark with a cardboard jig, and then you align it to the laser. Knock, 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 knock. Spend a few minutes in preparation and have a big back end on production. That's the big difference, okay? So I would take this, I'd line it up. Now, I don't do the apple demo with this machine because nobody really wants, yeah, applesauce, right? So what I have to do here, now it could have been off, I don't know what the temperature is. It should be around 205. And this machine takes approximately 5 to 7 minutes to warm up. But I don't know, I guess I could tell. Okay, it's pretty hot, it was on, so we're gonna be okay. Yeah, you can do both. It's on there, I don't know, it's one of the settings, okay? And here, I want to press it for about 5-6 seconds on this synthetic material. And I want to put the pressure up to approximately 70 or 65 in that territory. So over here, you see this file folder? Those are the recipes there. You know why they're so small? Because I don't want the camera to see it. No, I'm just kidding. He'll make it larger. We just got the machine out yesterday at the show. And now that I'm using it, I want to make some changes, but the recipes are in there, okay? On the bigger machines, because in your situation, you've been coming to see me for a few years, you want to take a low risk, I created the 2-for-1 package going on. You may want to upgrade, then you can put in your own private recipes. So you have a particular product, you do it all the time, you can put in the XYZ product in that setting, and it's set for you. And it has the rotary table, so you have 100% more output productivity. So what I do here is, I'm ready to go, the pump is turned on. I can't hurt my hands can I just go over here for a second? I can't hurt my hands because the jig is always preventing it and the die isn't so giant, so there's no risk there. The second thing is, by law in all the world, you have to use 2 hands and spread far apart. That's how many times I've used it. So now you'd have a table here for the finished goods and a table here for the goods that are going to be ready to go. Okay. Put that up to temperature again. I was off because I restarted, I forgot. And this frame is, that's why I have lifetime guarantee on the frame, because the design of this, you're never going to have a failure. The components, the cylinder, the pump is the same brand, the same cylinder is in some of the same manufacturer. There's no basic conserving of money to save or anything like that, to get it cheap in any way.
Wow.
So let me get you some samples here. So here's an example there. Put your hand on the underside there. Nothing.
That's what I like.
Unzip this one here. So this is a good demonstration. There's a video I made that's kind of interesting. And I created a video called, how small orders can be profitable. And what I do every year is I go sailing. And there's 5 of us. So I always make swag for the guys, but I always have to do something different, but there's only 5 guys. So here, I took our Trip of a Lifetime logo, number 7, next year's number 8. I put that on the left chest, and then I put the stuff over by the pocket. I didn't do anything on the back of this one. And then you can decorate with the laser. Everything that you decorate should go out decorated by. That's tens of thousands of pieces a year that people would know where to get that order from. Even if it's not you, even if it's the guy you're contracting for, it makes a big difference. Okay?
Robert?
Yep.
What has been done to that laser to make it shine afterwards?
When you have it, I'll tell you everything. I don't want to put on video. No, seriously, because that's the same. I get people phoning every week for the secret backing for the embossing. You don't have my machine. Why would I sell it to you? You made the investment. I'm protecting all of our family, and there's no shortcuts. You know another reason why? Because an air-operated press only has 190 to 125 psi. Right?
That's hydraulic, right?
This is hydraulic. So whether you have a big die, you still only have 90 psi. So come here, can I just get this lady in the video for 1 sec? Come close to me, Kathy. Okay, no, turn this way. How is that? That's like a lot of pressure, right? But if I do this, it's different because I have the whole pressure over the large area versus the pressure on your shoulder in that area. And that's what makes all the difference with hydraulic, because you're going to get this shiny, crisp effect, and it's not going to change. Okay? Yeah, make an appointment. Thanks for seeing me again. Okay? Pleasure. See you.
Yeah.
So where are you guys? Huntsville. Okay. Is nobody close to you?
No.
No. I have a lot in Toronto. A lot. I mean, I have not enough. If you think about, well, because let's say there's a few hundred people in the like 300 in the Greater Toronto region that you can find, not the ones that are underground or under the garage, And I have a dozen machines in the area. And I have pockets, I got spread out. But it's amazing how much market space there is. Everybody does embroidery, everybody does heat press, everybody does vinyl, everybody does screen printing, but very few people do a higher end decoration. Now at this show for the first time, you've got Firsten has both machines, Trimark has both machines, Ash City StormTech use a client that has both machines. Canada Sportswear has one machine, came for the second machine. So now it's in the catalogs. Now it's easier than before. People will finally ask for it. But in general, it's your fault for not marketing, right? You're not, do I have permission to be a bit blunt? How long have you guys been in business?
95.
Okay, so do you actually at the end of the year over the holidays print out every single customer with dollar value? No. And then put them in Excel and organize them? If you did, would you agree that a group 20, maybe 15 to 25% represent 80% of your revenue?
Probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Now, quickly that goes, as you go down that list, the orders get smaller, smaller, smaller. How come you know everything about those smaller customers? And the more small they are, the more you know about them. And they're sucking up your time and your life, and they only represent 20% of your revenue. Your best customers, do you know their birthday? Do you know their shirt size? Are you sending them something new once a month?
We're not sending the small ones that stuff either.
I don't want you to send it to the small ones. I want you to send it to the people that are your whales. they represent your $5, $10, $15, $20,000 accounts. You need to send them a soft shell jacket with that new decoration on it. Say, listen, George, thank you very much. I'm not a scratch golfer like you, but if you ever get a chance to go on the golf course, stay warm. When the big snowstorm we had, all your good clients should have had a scarf and said, by the way, you know, we've got you covered in the snowstorm with their logo on it. Make the investment with this machine to get your top 15 logos done right now.
Question. I noticed on your recipes it does silk.
Yeah.
So you can emboss silk.
Yeah, you have to change the setting according to that particular weave, that particular percentage, that particular, so you test it first,
yeah,
and then you're fine. But that's the starting setting. It's not the end all to be all. That's the suggested start.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it can't use silk.
Yeah.
So we have a customer, we're looking for customers that want some scarves,
and they're willing to pay a higher end.
And they want them embossed.
But they don't want embroidery. They would like it embossed.
But you can't even do embroidery because it wrecks the product because you've got the thing.
That's why they know it.
Yeah.
They know it. We've worked with them before on that, but they've got something, an idea that they would like to do. So they asked us at a business function, and we said, well, we're coming down.
We'll find out.
We will see what we
can. Can I give you the show intro? I've never done it before, and this is a show intro offer on this machine.
Which is?
I'll give you the quote, but it's not available after the show.
You gave me one.
You got it? Okay. So you brought the whole family. That's the deal at the show. Okay. I'll get the binder.